It's Benzinga, bringing Wall Street to Main Street.
A political firestorm hit Wall Street Wednesday as speculation intensified that Trump may fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell before his term ends in 2026, raising alarms over central bank independence. The New York Times reported that Trump showed GOP lawmakers a draft termination letter and polled them on whether he should remove Powell. Though Trump later claimed he had no imminent plans, he admitted almost everyone urged him to go through with it. Legal scholars warn that such a move without cause could spark a constitutional crisis. The controversy deepened after the latest PPI report showed producer inflation easing more than expected. Trump allies also began targeting the Fed's $2.5 billion renovation, suggesting it could justify Powell's firing for cause. Donald Trump Jr., backed GrabAGun, saw its shares rise 2% in pre-market trading Thursday after plunging 24% during its NYSE debut following a SPAC merger. Trump Jr. owns about 300,000 shares, valued at about $4 million, and sits on the company's board. He described the venture as a response to what he called the height of wokeness in corporate America. The online firearms retailer offers firearms, ammunition, and accessories, and aims to attract younger online shoppers. The deal saw minimal redemptions, signaling investor confidence. The company joins other politically aligned ventures like Trump Media, Rumble, and Chainbridge Bancorp that have tapped into conservative consumer markets. The House late Wednesday approved the rules of debate for a trio of high-stakes crypto regulation bills, overcoming internal Republican opposition that had threatened to derail the legislation entirely, according to CNBC. Conservative and moderate GOP lawmakers clashed over last-minute changes, and it took hours of closed-door negotiations and direct intervention from Donald Trump to flip enough no votes. The final green light came after a record-breaking 10-hour vote, clearing the way for debate on the Genius Act, Clarity Act, and a bill blocking the creation of a central bank digital currency. The infighting raised fresh doubts about whether House Republicans can ultimately unify to send final versions to the president's desk. U.S. producer inflation eased in June, offering relief a day after CPI reignited concerns over persistent price pressures, according to Benzinga. Producer prices were flat in June, down from May's upwardly revised 0.3% increase and coming in below the 0.2% consensus estimate. On an annual basis, PPI slowed to 2.3%, also weaker than the expected 2.5% and down from 2.7% in May. Core PPI also showed no monthly growth, with the yearly rate easing to 2.6%. Declines in service prices, hotel rates, and transportation helped offset gains in gasoline, electricity, and communication equipment. The softer print tempered inflation fears and weighed on Treasury yields. The U.S. Department of Energy launched a new program to rebuild the nation's nuclear fuel supply chain, according to Benzinga. The move invites applications from domestic firms to construct and operate nuclear fuel production lines. The initiative seeks to reduce U.S. reliance on foreign uranium and accelerate advanced reactor development. Energy Fuels, operator of the only fully licensed uranium mill in the U.S., is well-positioned to benefit due to its existing infrastructure and plans to build an integrated fuel cycle. Although applicants must fund projects independently, DOE authorization aims to de-risk investment. Energy Fuels shares rose 6.19% Wednesday, nearing a 52-week high. Tesla amended its corporate bylaws to require investors to hold 3% of the company's stock before they can file a derivative lawsuit. Authorities in New York State are now urging the company to eliminate the bylaw entirely, according to CNBC. One day after Texas enacted a law allowing companies to require 3% ownership to file shareholder derivative suits, Tesla's board amended its bylaws to adopt the maximum threshold. The change was criticized in a letter signed by New York officials as a move to shield Tesla's leadership from shareholder accountability. Only 3 institutions currently meet that ownership level. Tesla has not commented. Opposition to xAI's Memphis data center grew after environmental and civil rights groups appealed a permit allowing the use of natural gas-burning turbines to power its data center, according to CNBC. Critics argue the turbines were miscategorized and unlawfully permitted, violating the Clean Air Act and disproportionately harming residents in majority Black neighborhoods. xAI called the appeal baseless and said it complies with all laws. xAI called the appeal baseless and politically motivated, affirming its ongoing compliance with all laws. The company is also under fire after its Grok chatbot generated anti-Semitic posts and sexually explicit AI content. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang said Wednesday in Beijing that the company hopes to deliver more advanced AI chips to China as regulations allow, according to Benzinga. Huang emphasized that technology evolves quickly, and NVIDIA wants its China offerings to keep pace. The H20 chip is specially modified to comply with U.S. export controls, which had been temporarily restricted. NVIDIA projects an $8 billion hit in Q2 from ongoing export constraints. Huang warned that prolonged restrictions could cede China's AI market, potentially worth $50 billion to competitors like Huawei. While supporting U.S. domestic chip production, he urged policymakers to consider the economic consequences of export controls, still processing final paperwork, though the government assured NVIDIA that licenses would be granted. He added that NVIDIA is working quickly to restore H20 production, but noted it takes about 9 months from wafer order to delivery. Analysts say renewed H20 availability could ease concerns for Chinese firms developing large language models and boost foreign chip makers' market share in China.
For all things money, visit Benzinga.com.